Good everyone, on today's video, and today we have the review of the Ju-87 R-2 Libya. This is available as part of the German starter pack, but of course this vehicle can be bought separately. Now if you just come here from the German starter pack, I will ignore the price tag of the German starter pack, as if you're here for that, then of course that's obviously what you're here for. You're not actually here for the GE side of this vehicle's price tag. So, let's talk about the price tag. This vehicle costs 400 golden eagles. Do I think it's worth it? Well, I think so. If you're definitely looking for something to relax in, at least. If you're buying the German starter pack, however, this thing gets thrown in for a bit of fun as well. And this thing can definitely do some work when it's paired up with the SDKFC 140. And you'll definitely get to see that if you play this vehicle properly. Now, of course, this vehicle can function in a multitude of areas due to its pilot-controlled guns, its durability, because the Stuka can take a pounding, and generally this thing can be pretty capable in good hands. And its bomb load can also be very forgiving to newer players. But instead of whacking on about that, how about we take a look at its bomb load, its guns, its armour, and most importantly, discuss a little bit more about that price tag. So let's take a look at the guns first. We have two 7.92 MG-17 machine guns with 500 rounds each, one in each wing, and they have 1200 rounds a minute of fire rate. This does mean you'll get just under 30 seconds of firing time, which is pretty impressive for a low tier plane, and most importantly this means you can farm up a lot of things. Now of course against tanks these aren't going to do too much, and against armoured cars they won't do a whole lot either. But in ARB, these can easily destroy armoured cars, howitzers, anti-aircraft guns, and they can also take out SBGs if you hit the top of them. However, you won't be able to kill things like light tanks, and of course, don't try and shoot these at bases, that's what your bombs are there for. The rear gun is a 7.92 MG-15 machine gun, there's only one of these though, and it has a pretty good arc of fire, but of course, with the gunner having next to no armour, it's not ideal. But this can do some work if you let it. Speaking of the armour, as you can tell the gunner's got on the short straw with the pilot hogging all the armour. There's a 5mm steel plate here and an 8mm steel plate here. There is no glass protection for the crew however, so easily targeting the part of the aircraft which is relevant, aka the pilot's face, is going to be very easy to do. But it will be something that I'm sure you'll adapt, and maybe you'll be able to give them the tail plane of the aircraft where the gunner can still shoot at them, and your pilot's armour might come into effect, but don't rely on it. As for bomb loads, of course, we have access to 3 different bombs: the SC-250JA bomb, the SC-1000 SC-L2 bomb, and the SC-500K bomb. Now if you want to do a bit of both, I would actually take the 500. If you want to just bomb a tank into oblivion, take the 1000, and if you want to use this thing as a multi-role aircraft a bit more, take the 250. This is because the bombs had each individual weight, and as you can tell on the changes to specs here, it does affect the aircraft quite a bit. The 1000 of course adding the most weight, so do make sure to take this into consideration. But other than that, this vehicle doesn't really need anything else to explain. The offensive guns should always be set to universal, the turret should always be set to APT, and other than that, this thing's really simple to work out. So now let's talk about that price tag a little bit more. So as I said, this thing can cost 400 golden eagles, but during a sale this is just 200 golden eagles. And with it being thrown in the German starter pack, plus premium time, plus the 140-1, plus some SL, I really do think you're getting yourself a good vehicle, plus the 140, and if you are buying this thing separately for whatever reason, this is still a capable vehicle, and it is more than worth of 200 GE. Let's put it that way. But anyway, rather than me telling you that it's good of GE, how about you go see the gameplay, and you can actually work that out for yourself. Anywho, I'll hand you to that gameplay, and I will see you all on the next one. Max up tier. Easy to handle. We'll be fine. This is probably what you're going to get most of the time in this aircraft, unfortunately. Max up tiers are pretty dang common. Well, in fact, that's not the correct word. Common is an understatement, because you'll always get up tier, because this is a 1-3 aircraft. But to be fair, if you have bought this aircraft. You're probably using it in Grand RB, so yeah. I wouldn't be too worried about that because the bomb that I've got on underneath is, let's just say it's quite powerful. But I don't use this thing how people should, let's just say. People should be using this thing to farm ground targets and things like that, but I don't do it for that. I use it for a bit more of a fun route, let's just say. So obviously with the bomb on, this thing is a little bit heavy, as you can tell. We are struggling to get up to these bombers, which is why I'm going to go for Georgie first. Now I need just a fucking clown from it, and we'll be fine here. And fun fact, for those who are new to the channel, I don't like clowns. And I definitely don't like the scenes that I've seen from that film, that's for sure. He's going to fill that one in the morning, so let's go and deal with the buddy in his Catalina. I love how he's shooting at me with a 30 cal over a mile away. That's never going to hit. That's my first kill. If you're approaching a Catalina, you want to aim for the blister gunners if you can, because they're 50 cal. Okay, thanks for that. Otherwise, just said thank you as well. I gave you some marshmallow material, that's all, mate. So I wasn't expecting to bag the Catalina that easily, but hey ho. Obviously, with the extra weight on, we are going to struggle to get shots here, but I got a long burst in there. Right, I'm actually going to break off this guy because the team needs some additional assistance. I'm going to leave the bomber to its own devices. Yeah, you shouldn't really be doing this in a Stuka because you won't run into things like B-18s. You will meet stuff like Dauntlesses, SB-23s, V-156Bs. Basically stuff that do that job better. But you can do it in a Stuka. It's just, you don't want to do it with the 1-tonner on board, which is what I've got here. You can bring in the other bombs, which I've shown you in the hangar. If you're going to do fighter duty, I would actually recommend bringing the 250. But just remember, that's on a trapeze. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to go for Let's Fail. Because his team is failing, and I think that's rather ironic. So you can see here, the compression is a little high. But obviously we have got the big bomb on board. So just bear it in mind. That's Gallus F3F, I can tell by the paint job. Ooh. Terrain. There we go. And by the way, the 1-ton bomb will one-shot any base this thing runs into at its BR. Doesn't matter if you, for some reason, decide to up-tier this thing to like 2-0, you will one-shot a base. It's kind of ridiculous, but realistically, you don't really use this thing for, I mean, its boosters and modifiers are not that great. Obviously, I've got premium account on at the minute, but yeah, the actual aircraft itself doesn't have very good modifiers, but obviously it is a rank 1, so just bear that in mind. But, I mean, 3 kills, we're top of the team. Now, if you are using the 1-tonner, I'm going to have to show you a little trick. Obviously, I have a 2-second bomb fuse on, but the blast radius can still do some major damage to your aircraft. So, try a little bit of skip bombing, like this. And there we go, nice and safe, didn't take any shrapnel. You will obviously need a bit of airspeed to do that, but all you do is, when you get close to the base at low altitude, you pitch up, drop the bomb, and, well, the blast radius will take care of the rest. So yeah, nice and simple. What else can I really say? Well, the last guy is that B-18 from earlier, so we're now going to use the guns for a bit of ground attack. But yeah, do be careful when bombing a base in level, like low altitude. That's why I recommend doing a bit of skip bombing. Well, it's not really called skip bombing. I can't remember the actual term for it, because I know some American nuclear aircraft used to use it. I think it was lob bombing or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you do need to be careful, so I recommend doing that. As for the guns, these can pretty much pop most ground targets you'll run into. Not the light tanks. But you can kill things like armoured cars, artillery pieces, anti-aircraft guns if you're daring. I know those are anti-aircraft trucks, but those ain't the dangerous ones. It's the German ones that are dangerous. Because on some maps you'll still run into German ground targets for some weird reason. So just bear that in mind. And the rear gunner can shoot at ground targets to some extent, but you've got to watch the tail. The tail has quite a big dead zone. Looks like he's dealing with that plane for me. Lovely jubbly. You get a good amount of ammo in the MGs as well. You get 1,000 rounds, split between 2 guns. So you've really got no excuses to struggle in this thing. Why the hell is that not killing it? Yeah, look, there's the tail, dead zone. I'm not sure why my guns weren't killing that half-track then. Maybe there's like ricochet or something? I don't know. There we go, out of ammunition. But I'm having to roll the plane to actually get shots on target. So yeah, just bear that in mind if you do buy this thing. The gunner's arc is not as good as you think it will be. Come on. There we go, just got it. Well, he's dead. He's on fire. Those things never put fires out, so we'll start making our way back to base, even though the game will be over. There we go. That's game. Yep, you did well, buddy. Nice intercept. There we go. This little guy can do some work, and if you got this thing as part of the starter pack, you're gonna have a blast. That's for sure. Obviously, if you have come here from the review, because I left the stuff in the description, yeah. Obviously, I used the standard R2 for that video, but pretty much they're exactly the same plane. It's literally just the skin. But there you go. 3 air kills, 8 ground targets, 0.2 of a ton. Obviously, it would have done a lot more if we was actually on a map with a bigger base, and a full health base, that is. The pay, just remember, I'm on premium account right now, so just bear that in mind. But otherwise, this thing is definitely worth the little pickup.